and welcome back to Aspire Technologies. Today we are talking data types. What are they?
Thank you very much for watching, and hope you are going to subscribe and share and like this video, comment, ask your questions in the comment section, and let's hear what is your challenges.
Data types are simply categories of data that tell the computer what kind of information it is supposed to work with or it is working with. So we've got 4, or I can rather say 5 types of data types that we are going to talk about. Number 1, strings. 2, numbers. 3, lists. 4, dictionaries. And 5, we're going to talk about what you call Booleans, either true or false. Those are the kinds of data types that are very, very essential if you are going to deal with a Python Django to develop a simple website. So this is what you are going to cover. For now, we just want to demonstrate and outline the rules that has to be followed when you're using these data types and how they work. I can give you a simple definition of data types. To simplify this is, if you are to think of a child who has got toys, the child has got different toys like a car, a doll, and other kinds of toys. When the child is playing with these kinds of toys, each and every toy is played within a different manner regarding to the kind of toy. So this is what data types are.
So let's start with numbers. So let's just do this. I can create a new file over here, numbers.py. Remember the extension, numbers.py. So we hit enter. So starting with numbers, numbers are data that represent quantity, such as 1, 2, 5, 14,000, 10,000, 4.5, and we can say minus 10, minus 3, all those things. They are used for arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. For example, we can say 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. And we can go ahead and say 10 minus 5 is equals to 5. And we can go ahead and say 3. For multiplication, we put the asterisk sign, which is like this, and we say times 4 is equals to 12. Then we can go ahead and say to make division, we do something like this. We use the forward slash. We use the forward slash, divide by 2 is equals to 5. You see, so this is how we go about it when you are doing arithmetic. So you should remember that for you to add numbers, you use plus sign. For you to subtract, you use the dash sign. For you to multiply numbers, you have to use the asterisk sign. We don't use the X like what we do on normal calculators. And for you to divide, you don't use this colon that we use. You use the forward slash. So that's how we go about these things. This is how we work with numbers. All right, you can see that my code over here has got some scribbling errors because I have already given the arithmetic, but I have also put the answers. So for us to work with it so that we are able to get the answers, we can use the print function. So what you can simply do is to say print, and we can hit a tab over here. Then we say 2 plus 3, sorry, not equal sign. 2 plus 3 is equals to, we leave it like that. Then we can duplicate our print function, something like this. And in here we can say, instead of we can say 10 minus and minus 5, all right? Then over here we can say, we can still leave it like that, but we can do something like this. We put I think it's going to be interesting because you're going to see that we're going to get different results even if we are using use the same numbers. The reason we are getting different results is simply because we are actually working with a different arithmetic operations. So I can say 10 here, and here I can also say 10, and here I want to divide by 5. And over here we divide by 5. Over here we divide. We don't divide. We add by 5. All right. So like this, if I'm to click print over here, you can see the result is 10 plus 5 is 15, and 10 minus 5 is 5, and 10 times 5 is 50, and 10 divided by 5 is equals to 2.0. Why 2.0? Because we are getting the data type of a floating point simply because we are dividing. So whenever you are dividing, it simply gives you that way. So proceeding on, we can actually, this is what you have to say about this is what you can say about numbers. So going ahead, we can talk about strings. We have used strings previously, and I believe you know how to deal with them so far. But let's just, for intersect, strings.py, and we hit enter. So the number 1 string is, I can say print. I use a print function, but before I use a print function, I can simply do this. If you see, we say hello. Remember, strings, the rule is simple. You have to learn to make sure that your strings are in You have to learn to put your strings in double quotes rather than single. And you can also put them in single. For example, you can do this. This is my phone, and it's a string. And we can also proceed on to say, I like to eat pizza. Or even though I don't eat pizza anyway, because yeah. So that's it. We can do this. We can put in the quotes like this. We go and give a print function like this, and we duplicate our print function. All right. Then we put these things. This one we have already placed it. We can go ahead and put this one. Because and we have this last line. We put it over here. Yeah. If we say print, we're going to be able to print out all these words. I can clean my screen so that you're able to see clearly. Okay, that's it. So this is how you deal with strings. So you should be careful because there are instances whereby you are not supposed, you find out that you want to print out a string, but maybe you are going to say in your statement, it's single quote like this. It's single quote like this. And you say Alex's phone. We already have a problem here because Python is reading that the string is ending right here and is expecting the close brackets to be here rather than over here. So you see where the problem is. But if this is in double quotes, for example, like this, I can highlight like this and put it this way. You can see that it still is working properly because we don't have we have actually put in double quotes. So be careful when you use strings that way. So going ahead, we can talk about this. I can say list.py. So list is a way of organizing data, and lists are demarcated by square brackets like this. So I can go ahead and actually do it this way. So we can have a set of information. So what you can do, I can say fruits is equals to, we create a list like this. We say apples, then we separate by comma. We say bananas, we separate by comma. We say what other kinds of fruits, berries, we separate by comma. Okay, so you must actually know that when Python is organizing things in a list, they are ordered. They are ordered. So that is to say, if it is letters like this, they are organized like starting with A alphabetically. If it is numbers and letters mixed together, they are going to be organized like I can say mix the list. I can say mix the list like this is equals to, and I put a square bracket like this, and we can say 1, and we separate by comma. We say hello, and we say separate by comma, and we say 3.14, 1.14, and we can go ahead and say true. Okay, so this is a list of mixed items that we have right now, and to print out this, I can say print, and I can just take this variable with this list, and I can do this, and I can also come over here, copy this one and paste here, and I say this one like that, and let's see what we will get. Let me clear my screen. We will see the results. So here is the results. So you see that our lists are printing out, our data is coming out. So this is what happens with lists. So they are just ordered collections of items which can be of different data types. Lists are enclosed in square brackets. That is the rule. Then we can proceed on to talk about dictionaries so that we can move on to the next. So I can go ahead and say dictionaries, dictionaries.py. And so dictionaries are unordered. So the opposite of lists. Not quite the opposite, because the way we put dictionaries is different from lists. However, you should understand that dictionaries are not ordered. They are unordered collections of key value pairs, which is to say it comes with a key and a value, and they work as a pair. They are enclosed in curly braces. The keys are used to look for the values inside a dictionary. So let's do this. I can say fruits. I can create a dictionary of fruits, and I can say is equals to, we said the rule is enclosed in curly braces. So right now how it does is I can say a name instead of equals, because it's a key and a value, we separate by a colon, and we say the name is Peter. And we go ahead and separate by a comma, and we say age, and we say the age is what? I think to make it clean is good to actually leave a space like this because it will make your code clean rather than making it kind of haphazard. And for age, we have the number maybe is 30 years, and we separate by a comma again, and we say the country where John Peter comes from, country, and we put a colon, and we say maybe it's coming from which country? South Africa, South Africa, and I can highlight this and put it in colon like this. And what other information may we need? Maybe we need the address. We can say address. Sorry, address is colony. Address is maybe 95 40 Hay Street. Let me just see. Yeah. All right. So this is dictionaries. So as we have said that a key is used to look for a value, that is to say, this is the key. The key, which is name, is used to look for the value, which is the actual name of the person, Peter. And the key age is used to look for the value 30, country, South Africa, address. You see, something like that as you go that way. So the other thing, if okay, maybe you may want to see if we print it, what will happen. It will still come out beautifully. So we can go ahead and copy, paste over here. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Paste. What's going on? Maybe I'll do things very fast. All right. So if we are to say print, here is the dictionary. It's printed out with its keys and values. And then we can also have a mixed dictionary. So we can say mixed underscore dictionary, dictionary. I can say underscore dict. Hey, I don't know what's happening with me today. Is equals to, and we can put in the curly braces, and we can say we have the number 1. And remember, we have got colors to separate, and we say 1, and we separate by comma, and we say 2, and we go ahead. Maybe we have a name. So you can go ahead and actually do typical of those things. So let me put this one in columns. Yeah, you can do column. So in quotes and colon, and I say Peter. Yes, that's it. So this is a mixed dictionary, and from there, you understand that you have to understand that the rule is you put in curly braces, and it's not organized, it's not ordered, and we have a key value pair. I mean. So a key is used to look for the value. Okay, that's how dictionaries work. Then proceeding on, we can talk about Booleans. So I can go ahead and say Booleans. They were named after a man called Mr. Boo. And I can say Booleans are special data types that can only have 2 values. So Booleans are very, very strange. They only have 2 values. It's either it's true or it's false. But in Python, the rule is true and false. You must always put in capital letters. If you do like this true is not recognized. You can see it's automatically actually trying to correct it. And if I say false like this, it's not recognized as a Python keyword like this. All right. So this is how Booleans work. They can often be used in conditional statements to determine if a certain condition is met or not. For example, if it is raining outside, then the statement will be saying it is raining, and the condition will be true. And if it is not raining, the statement is it is not raining outside, then the condition will be false. So in programming, we use Booleans to control the flow of our programs. For example, we can use an if statement to check if a certain condition is true, and then run a specific set of commands only if that condition is met. There are a few examples of Boolean expressions. So let's go for them. For example, we can actually delete this and proceed on to put something like this. I can say 10 is greater than 5. So if this statement is true, we want to see what will come out. So we can simply do this, cut out and say print. And Python is going to tell us if this is true or false. Let's try to print out and see. Okay, let me clean my screen, but you can see that the answer is already coming out. So 10 is greater than 5. It is true. But if I'm to take the same statement, but I say it's less than rather than greater than, and you are going to see that it is going to give us a different result, is equals to false. So you see how the checks and balances are going through. Then we can proceed on to talk about other expressions that are accompanied by Booleans. For example, we can deal with a 10. Again, I can copy over here. Let's say print. Over here, I want to put 10. But here, instead of less than, I want to put equal. So double equal sign, it means to say 10 is equals to 10. Remember that. Remember, the single equal sign is regarded as an assignment operator for naming variables. Name is equals to honest, if you can still remember. Okay, so the double equal is referring to the equal, like two values have same value. Okay, so we are weighing two values and say 10 is equals to 10, right? Then we can also proceed on to give another expression which goes this way. It's a exclamation mark and an equal sign, which stands for not equal, which is to say 10 is not equal to 10. Is that true or is false? Let's check out and see. But the answer is definitely false. So you can see 10 is not equal to 10 is false. Then 10 is equal to 10 is true. Then 10 is less than 5 is equal to false, and 10 is greater than 5 is equals to true. So this is how you can actually deal or work with Boolean expressions. So I don't think we need to get even more advanced. In the next actually tutorial, we are going to get a little bit advanced, starting with where we have started with numbers. We try to manipulate, then we work with strings, then we work with lists, we work with dictionaries. So from there, we will proceed on to talk about other ways of treating data. That's it for this tutorial. I hope you have enjoyed yourselves, and keep up and don't give up. You will win. And it may sound hard or difficult, but I tell you, the more you practice, the more it gets better. So nothing is easy, but you have to put the efforts. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you are going to subscribe and share and like this video. Comment, ask your questions in the comment section, and let's hear what is your challenges. Thank you very much and enjoy.